Girls ice hockey, a little bit of an interesting topic. Not something we normally talk about, but wanted to bring in Chris Naumchik to talk about his daughter McKenna and some of her teammates from the Brick Hockey Club. Good morning, Chris.
Morning. How are you?
Hey, how's it going, man? Talking a little ice hockey here on the South Jersey Sports Report.
Yeah, we'll try and bring a little twist to the sports report.
There you go. Give our listeners a little bit of background. Your daughter McKenna is on the 16U AA team from Brick Hockey Club. Now, this is a hockey club that's been around for about 4 decades, and a lot of people in South Jersey know that's sort of the hub of ice hockey is Brick Township, and they got a lot of great teams coming out of there for high school level age kids. But your daughter on the 16U team, and they're off to the national championship tournament.
Yes, we actually to really get it up to speed. This women's program is actually only in its second season overall of that almost 50 years of brick hockey up there.
So how did your daughter get involved with this team, and how long has she been playing hockey?
She started out as a youth in local sports in Summers Point with street hockey and transitioned into ice hockey at a later age, because normally these girls and a lot of these ice hockey players, they're on skates when they're 4 and 5 years old. She started when she was about 11 and just picked it up quickly and started to progress. Played on boys teams in AC at the AC Skate Zone, and progressed into a girls team at Princeton for the Princeton Tiger Lilies, and then ended up going to Brick this season, which was a complete blessing. It was absolutely amazing transition.
So how many miles have you put on your car in the last 5 years?
I'll tell you, it's amazing. I got to tell you, I know where exit 90 on the Parkway is in my sleep.
Yep. Now
it's a tremendous opportunity.
She didn't start. Did she have any skating experience prior to age 11?
No, actually, believe it or not, it was kind of going into the AC rink. She did they have a great program over there where it's learn to skate, and they also do learn to play hockey. And within the first day of the first learn to skate, they transitioned her into learn to play hockey, and then from there it just went right onto a team.
That's pretty impressive, because anyone who's ever been on ice skates before knows that can be a treacherous situation.
Oh, absolutely! It's actually it's the hardest sport, no matter what, because of the ice factor.
Yeah, you got to be able to skate before you can even play the sport. So, how long did that take, where she was comfortable not only skating but skating backwards and trying to do all the moves you need to do on a hockey rink?
Within the first season, she really picked it up, and it was a lot of help. You when you, as a parent and as a coach as well, you provide as much time on the ice, and you give them as much instruction with the right people. And Jared Siganuk over at AC, he was tremendous in helping McKenna, my daughter, in the process of learning the transitions and how to position yourself and be balanced. It really, to have the right people help is tremendous.
We're talking with Chris Naumchik, whose daughter McKenna is on the Brick Hockey Club's 16U girls team, which is going to be traveling to Burlington, Vermont, March 31st to April 3rd for the national tournament. And this is a team that draws players really from Cape May all the way up to Woodbridge. So these are girls that are driving quite a distance. How often do these girls work out and have games and all that stuff? What kind of commitment is it for you as a parent?
It's more than the local sports, because you really it's 2 days of practice a week, and then there's at least 2 games on the weekend, sometimes 3. You have back-to-backs. We'll travel to Connecticut, PA a lot. You'll set up. There's a team from Virginia that we play. You set up like a 2 games in a day, and then you'll travel home. But it's amazing amount of travel.
Now, what's McKenna like during all this travel? Do you get a chance to talk to her and get to know her a little bit more as a teenager, or is she just kind of sleeping and have the headphones on?
It goes back. It's a very good point you bring up. Yeah, sometimes we're on our way to games, and she puts the headphones on, zones it out a little bit. But it's a lot of time that we spend together, and it's amazing how much you can actually just get even through non-conversation, just spending the time with your kids like that.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is a big commitment, but there's also some rewards that go along with that, and a lot of parents, it is quite a commitment. So a lot of parents aren't really willing to put that much time in, or maybe can't because of jobs or whatever. But what are the other parents like for this team? I'm sure you've gained some new friendships and kind of a unique bond where you're seeing these people on a pretty regular basis, and you might live 40, 50 miles away from each other.
Absolutely. I've been involved with, if not coaching, but just involved with a lot of different sports, a lot of different organizations. And I have to say, bar none, I've been around a lot of great people in my time with sports, especially with my kids and doing different levels and different sports in general. But this Brick Hockey Club is a well-oiled machine. It is a family-oriented. There is really not one bad person that I've met from any level, from the boys hockey to the girls hockey and the organization. They put these kids absolutely first. There's no parental involvement to the point where it makes it a bad situation. Mm-hmm. It really is a pleasure. It absolutely is a pleasure being around these people.
Now, what do kids at Mainland say about McKenna? She's a student there, and did they know she's a hockey player, and how do they react to that when they hear that news?
Well, I'm hoping that being that you were so kind to give me this time on the radio, that you get a couple listeners out there that the boys that she's played with, and she knows a lot of them played with actually the Mainland Hockey Club. They're definitely aware that she plays, and it's unfortunate that she really, as you get older with girls hockey, you have to kind of separate yourself from the boys, and
right.
We don't have a girls program around here. But they're all aware of her talents and her playing ice hockey, that this is a stage where the boys that know, the boys that play ice hockey around here, they're flooding the congratulatory texts and so forth and so on.
I thought it was really interesting. You mentioned an article that was done by Karen Wall, a woman I used to work with at the Asbury Park Press, and she's working now with Brick Patch, and she did a nice story about you guys making the nationals and all that stuff. And one of the quotes I found really interesting from one of the girls was, now that they're on an all-girls team, they get to talk about boys and clothes when they're in the locker room.
Yeah, it's definitely not your normal locker room banter, but it is it's a bond with these girls to be involved with girls sports. And me I was very lucky to be brought on as assistant coach this year with the allowance of the certifications that I had, and it was a spot that needed to be filled. And to be able to witness how these girls interact, like on the ice, I just get the stories because I'm telling you, I'm going nowhere near that locker room.
16-year-olds talking about makeup and boys and all that stuff. So, but it is kind of neat.
I want to talk about ice hockey.
Well, at the end of the day, they're still teenage girls. So,
absolutely. And I got to tell you, there has not been a problem. And when you look at that factor, we have a broad spectrum as well. We have actually a 13-year-old girl who's very talented on our team, and it ranges from 13 to 16. So you throw all of that into the mix, and to not really speak of any problems, it is just an absolute pleasure. It's a pleasure to be associated with these girls and this team.
Chris, we got about a minute left. Real quick, how excited are the girls for this trip up to Vermont and a chance to play in the Nationals?
It is just, they are beaming. It is smiles from ear to ear. And to know that they are one of only 4 teams in this historic Brick program to reach this national level, because there's only 12 districts, I believe I'm correct, about 12 districts that are represented across the nation, and these girls are one of those 12 teams. It's bigger than anything I've ever seen in this state. When you go to state championships, all of that, this is a tremendous experience, and they are loving every minute of it.
Good stuff, Chris. We're up against the break, but thanks for taking a few minutes, and good luck to yourself and McKenna and the rest of the Brick Hockey Club up there at Vermont.
Thank you so much for the time.